posted?
Listen, I done already posted it and everything.
Into what now? I know. I wish you'd have posted it from me. Now everybody else got to be the first to leak the stuff, and I didn't.
Baby, because when I say my friends was like, Dashnae, it's coming out. I said, yes, it is. It's on my story. Go watch the trailer. Go watch. Hey, Penny over there. Hey!
I got to turn it down.
Yes, I'm excited.
Okay. It's a flash.
Do not start that yawning shit. Don't start that.
Thank you, Dizzy. Forrest just said the same thing. Cut that yawning out.
It's contagious. Yawning is contagious.
Yawns are contagious. It's all right.
We're going to have a good show today.
Okay, now what?
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay, we're having technical difficulties, guys. Hold on tight. It's doing something really funky. Oh, there it is. Now make me quiet over here. So, did you do the quiet thing? Oh, we're live. Happy Hump Day, everyone. We weren't gonna even do a show, so I apologize that we're so late. We threw this on because we have some issues in Memphis that need to be addressed, and they're going down live. I'm Paula J. Parker, and welcome to the forum. This is Mr. Jelks, Memphis Jelks. Memphis Jelks, say what up to the forum. This is Dizzy.
What's up, forum? Miss Paula, thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being here. We've got DaSkreet. Jay, what up? Y'all saw Dizzy. Say what up.
Hey y'all, what's up?
We got our boy Derek and Jason Harris. I'm not supposed to say their real names. The hater. We got the hater this week. You guys, we've had some serious issues in Memphis that we felt like we needed to get on live and address. We lost one of the greats, Mr. Young Dolph, today, and in the course of 4 hours, we lost about 4 other Memphis brothers. Welcome, Jason. Hater. Welcome, hater. Jay, I'm going to throw this to you. But before I do that, I'd like you guys to meet Mr. Jelks. Jelks is a rapper who you guys may know from the Cosby dance. Am I getting it right, Jelks?
You're right.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
What'd you say? What music? Oh, you got some music playing, Jelks? That Forrest said, someone have any music playing that is picking up? Well, Jelks did the Cosby dance. If you guys out there remember, he's Memphis Jelks, and Mr. Bill Cosby gave him a call and thanked him for his support and for being one of the young brothers not afraid to take a stand against discrimination. So thank you, Memphis Jelks.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for having me on.
We've been trying to get you here for the longest, and today just felt like the right time.
And I'm a fan.
I'm gonna pass it over.
I'm a fan of yours. I was gonna say I'm a fan of your work as well. So it's
thank you so much. Dizzy was just reminding me. I'm sorry, Disney. Disney, I got y'all. I am going to post my stuff. But Dizzy just reminded me. I forgot to post. What's going on, Dizzy, in February?
Okay, listen, y'all. The greatest of the greatest shows was out during my childhood, raising me, teaching me what life was about. It's coming back prouder and louder, baby. You know what I'm saying? Back in February of 2022, you gonna catch Miss Paula teaching them life lessons because Penny is grown now.
My baby, Dizzy is a phenomenal artist and fashion designer, and we're working together to put some things, bring some things to you guys, and we're working together here. Dizzy got her first Zoom invite. All right, so
here
I'm gonna pass the lead over to Jay. This is his world this evening. Jay called me and asked me to do this show so that we could, because I don't know if you guys remember, I ate a cookie that Jay and Jason, and Hater brought out here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to call you by your name. That Jay and I'm just thankful you're awake. Football season, we can't find Hater, but
no man.
I think do you play football don't you play flag football for the girls or something?
I used to play. I retired from everything.
Oh, you didn't have some girl flag football affiliations?
I did. I coached the team, but
you coached it.
Mm-hmm. I did.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. Well, I'm passing the lead to Jay DaSkreet so that he can tell us what's going on in Memphis right now.
As of now, there actually is a citywide curfew. It's not being forcibly enforced, but they did ask that, if you ain't got nowhere, you gotta be, kind of be calm, chill out in the house tonight. But that all stems from a very prolific, very successful young rapper, young businessman was shot and killed today in a very prominent establishment in Memphis. And
I think that's where I was. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but you guys brought some butterific.
Butterific cookies.
Yes. Yeah. And I ate one on air, and we totally big them up because they are one of your sponsors. You've been very close to Tamika, one of the daughters of the owners of the company. She branched out, and the butterific that we had is part of her brand.
The clip, baby.
You got the clip?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're fancy, y'all. We got clips.
He letting you know he on point.
So go ahead. Tell me while he's getting it together. Tell me. Oh, it's together, I guess.
Yeah, he said he on it already.
Here we go.
Yeah, shout out my people.
That's the Butterific Bakery.
Yeah, the Butterific.
The owner of the Butterific Bakery is one of my biggest fans, and they make the cookies like your grandma used to make the butter cookies, the lunchroom cookies, but they do all kind of desserts and everything. So we threw some of them in there. There's some cookies in there. Yeah.
Shout out to the Butterific.
Yeah. Shout out to the Butterific Cafe down there on South 2nd.
Shout out to Belly's.
Shout out to Belly's, yeah.
Shout out to my man, Jake Street.
Yeah.
Thank you, Forrest. Now, we wanted to remind you guys that we had given them love because it's a Black-owned company, a family-owned company, and it's important for us to get on air right now while all of this is going down. Like I said, after we're going to get into the details as we know of what happened to Young Dolph, but it happened at one of the Butterific establishments. And this company is Black-owned. They're in Kroger's markets all across the South. They have nothing to do with any of this, and they're being bombarded with threats and all types of hate. And it breaks my heart because our Black-owned companies that are giving back to the community are constantly being ignored and looked over. And this is a situation that calls for us to come to their aid. They've got your back, we've got theirs. So can we talk today about, who they are and why they deserve your respect?
Well, first, I do want to say I commend you. I appreciate you, Paula, for even segueing into it that way, because a lot of these Black-owned businesses, they are overlooked until something happens that they can be negatively attached to. So this is a family-owned, family-built business. They built this business themselves from the startup, and they are notoriously known for giving back to the community. This is something that they do on a regular, and this place is a place where Dolph frequent. He was there a lot because there was a lot of love between him and that company. So, they have been getting a lot of negativity today, but not from the day one, not from the people who know who they are, not from the people who support them.
So what are people thinking? People think that they had something to do with Dolph being. They think they set him up, or I think whatever they're thinking, it needs to be nipped in the bud immediately. This is a lovely family that does not deserve to be involved in whatever is going down in Memphis right now.
Yeah, I think people are just hurt and they lashing out at anything they can attach to. So, nobody has any direct leads on any of this. So the only thing they know is the location that it happened. So people just lash out. It's kind of like you can't lash out at somebody that you can't touch. And they're a very physical place. So people are trying to attach them to something that they had nothing to do with.
Locations do they have? And which location did this event occur?
They have 3 locations, and this location happened at the Airways location. Well, this incident happened at the Airways location, which is kind of like between South Memphis and Orange Mound. Depending on how you divide up the city. That's a question a little better for the hater as far as the actual location, how you would describe what part of Memphis it is. But
now, before we get into the Dolph situation, can you give us a little history on the company? I know you're friends with Tamika, but you mentioned that the company you gave me a little history, why they named the company what they did. Can you tell our audience that, please?
Okay, well, the company is actually named after the daughter of the parents, the first daughter of the parents, and she passed away due to complications from cancer. So the company's namesake, Makita, is their daughter, Makita, and they wanted to build a brand based on love, the love they had for her and the love they had for their baking and just love in general. So that's the namesake, and they made sure to build it in the community that they were attached to. So, and this ain't a shot on or a shot at any parts of anywhere you would live, but it's not always easy to start a business where you're from.
Right,
and it's not necessarily an easy place where that business was located, and they haven't always had it easy to be there, but they didn't move their business. They've been successful. They done got several contracts. They could have picked their business up and moved it. They didn't though, because they love the community that they from. So, these are the type of people that we're talking about that, they didn't get successful and decide, man, we ain't gonna be around y'all no more. We're gonna go move our business somewhere else. They like,
and you also spoke about how they do give back to the community. They give
all
back
the time.
Right, money, food drives, giving of themselves as well as their product. Now, you also mentioned that Dolph frequented the place a lot, and you saw him there many times, like just recently.
Yeah, I've seen him there, and I've known of him being there several times, because the way it works is Dolph is South Memphis's native son, but he's a very busy.
But he's a Chicago native, Midwest in the house.
Yeah,
I mean, he was
what I'm saying?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Raised in Memphis. Okay, go ahead.
But he's known to, especially around this time of year, he's known to come back, and he does turkey giveaways almost on a yearly basis. He shows up to different events from schools and donates money and gives prizes away. This is what is attached to the name Dolph when you talk about Memphis. He's one of the artists that every time they have a win, they come back to the city and they putting stuff back into people's hands in Memphis. He's giving away cars several times. He's giving away money to people getting ready to go to college. So it's not uncommon for him to be at that location.
And you said you seen him go into the location and buy them out, buy all the kids' cookies, buy the neighborhood cookies, be like, can I get 500 bags or 50 bags or,
he's one of them that'll go in and he's one of them that'll go in and buy what's in there while he's there. Right. Like, oh, this is what y'all got. He's one of them that's like, hey, listen to my mixtape. And this is early on, Dolph, where he'll ask somebody, hey, you listen to my mixtape, I'm just gonna pay for whatever you finna get. And whatever they finna get, he gonna pay for it and get him the mixtape. And all he asks for in return is, if you like it, tell somebody about me. This was Young Dolph. This was before Dolph became who he is today. This is the type of stuff he was doing. He's always been a giver.
Yes. Are you familiar? Because Jelks, I know that you made the Cosby song, and Bill Cosby, which is huge to me, called you and commended you on it. But, what else have you, let's start from the beginning. Come on, talk to me, Jelks. What's
okay, your... so you mean like my career from the beginning?
Like where you're born in Memphis?
Well, no, not actually. I was born in Illinois, Decatur, Illinois. And then, so Chicago.
Illinois, deep in here.
That's that transgression. That's that move. I'll just say move. That's,
the migration.
Cleveland migration. Thank you, baby. That's that migration. Cleveland and Memphis, we like this. So Illinois, go ahead. You started in Illinois, ended up in Memphis.
Ended up in Ripley, actually. Like an hour north of Memphis. So I grew up like an hour north of Memphis, but my music career has always been based out of Memphis, because when I was 18 years old, I signed my first record deal, and my label was based out of Memphis. It was called Portra Records. So that's where I got my start, which was only, like I said, an hour, like south of where I grew up at. And I came out with 2 albums under them, and then I've always come out with mixtapes on my own, from my own studio and stuff like that. Then recently, like you said, I made this record. Well, actually, I got connected with a person named Al Capone. There's a rapper here named Al Capone. Yeah, you know Capizzi. So
Al Capizzi, oh boy.
Yeah.
No, he
so
flow.
I was rushing. He's from Hustle and Flow. Yeah, he wrote Whoop That Trick.
That's my fan. So he produced your music.
He didn't. I produce my own music. I'm a producer. I'm an engineer. I'm a videographer. I'm a jack of all trades. The only thing I needed for Capone, only thing Capone did was kind of took me under his wing, and he started bringing me from Ripley to Memphis, and he would introduce me to all the artists in Memphis and all the industry in Memphis. And I started building my name. I was going by the name of Jay Smooth at first, and then Al got it to where I was able to meet Chuck D from Public Enemy. When I met Chuck D from Public Enemy, like something just clicked. Like me and him just clicked. And he ended up signing me. So I ended up signing to Public Enemy, Chuck D. So at that point, I can't.
Chuck D's label right now?
I'm on Chuck D's label right now.
Chuck D.
I told him I was going to be on your show. Yes, I told Chuck I was going to be on here. Yeah.
Next.
You'll see him. He'll retweet it. He's going to retweet it tomorrow. Watch. Chuck D going to retweet your show tomorrow.
We got fam in common as well, so that's cool. So you signed to Chuck D. That's huge.
Mm-hmm. It's a blessing. So at that point, I released the album up under with Chuck D's label, which I'm still a part of, and so I some sort of way. One night I was watching the news and stuff, and they were saying like they've locked Bill Cosby up. And I never did feel like very comfortable about what they were doing anyway. I don't know whether or not he did what they accused him of doing, but I do know that they have railroaded a lot of black brothers on that same kind of he say, she say.
Y'all calling this man out for something he did 50 years ago, before I was even born.
that they can't prove.
It stands to reason they've known it all these 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
But all these 50 years, he was making them money.
Mm-hmm.
So they buried it.
Mm-hmm.
He's not bringing in the money he used to bring in. So just like they did, not Stevie, God forbid, the tap dancer that we loved.
This is Sammy Davis.
Sammy. Thank you. I love y'all. Y'all helped me play charades. Sammy, just like they did Red Fox, you know, and that's what bothers me. If he was putting something in some dumb drink, ain't putting nothing in my drink. And I drank many things around Mr. Cosby, and I was just fine. So if he put something in your drink, dum, I don't know what your problem is. I
don't think Bill Cosby had to piss on there somebody drank.
Huh?
I don't think Bill Cosby had to piss on there somebody drank. It's Bill Cosby.
I don't understand.
Right. He wouldn't have to do that.
Like, who wants somebody to be knocked out while y'all having stuff, relations? That's like weird. I don't know. Everybody got a kink. I don't know. But I do know that it had been rumored around Hollywood, not the putting in the drink stuff, but just, you know, it had been rumored. And that's what's making me say that, is that you all knew that Mr. Cosby had a rumor going on that related to him taking advantage of his position. But you let it ride for 50 years. Now he's 80 and you want to put him in jail. That makes absolutely no sense. And that's what makes me pissed, number one. And number two, not believe you. So Jeff,
there's no evidence. Like, I mean, how do you prove something like that besides he say, she say? And then I can just imagine, can you imagine how many other Black brothers in the past have done time because he say, she say, because a white woman said that they did something to them, but there's no evidence. You don't have no DNA. You don't have no witness. You don't have, it's just, she said it. So you go into the pen.
Waiting 20 years. Like, maybe if you'd have went right after it happened, they could have taken a drug test and proven you have something in your blood. You're going to wait 20 years. I don't get it. Like, you know, I just don't think that he should be criminalized or made to suffer for something that they never acknowledged until now. I just don't
prove. And can't prove. You can't prove how you can't prove that. But anyway, I made this record. They when they put him in the pen, his penitentiary number was NN7687. So I wrote a record called NN7687. And then I prayed that night before I went to sleep. I went ahead and released it on Twitter. And I prayed that night before I released it. I said, I hope one day Dr. Cosby gets a chance to hear this, because they had gave him 3 to 10 years. So I thought he may not ever get a chance to hear it, but at least I'm going to let him know like where I stand, and I'm going to ride with him. You know, I understand. I see through what's going on and everything, because if you look and see like where the media is taking things now, you'll understand why they needed to get rid of messages like the Cosby Show. They needed to get rid of messages like A Different World. They needed that out of the way. They needed that out of the way so they can have men kissing on stage at award shows and stuff. They needed to, you know what I mean?
Say that too loud.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, like, it's one thing. I don't mind. I don't. It doesn't bother me that people kissing each other and stuff. But I don't know if you need to. I don't know if you really need to do that. Canceled. I don't want to. Yeah, no disrespect or anything. But I don't know about just putting certain images that we wouldn't have normally put out there. You know, they needed to have certain things to be out of the way, so there's nothing to counteract that. So I kind of think that that's what happened. Anyway, he got out just like I already knew he would, because I knew that it was all bullshit from the door. And then I recorded this song called The Cosby Dance to celebrate, and everybody loved it. His folks, Camille, everybody night, and he called me and we talked for like an hour. It was a blessing. They're going to be in a video. We're about to shoot a video together. Bill Cosby's going to play in it. It's going to be major. This song kind of reminds me of I got a question. It put me in the mind of like the Cupid Shuffle, or like the electric slide. It's going to be one of those. It's one of those songs that you play at family reunions and weddings, at wedding receptions.
Can I ask a question, please?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jelks, how did Dr. Cosby hear the first song you made for him? How did he hear that song?
So I prayed about it, right? And then like when I got to work the next day, my phone just rang out of the blue. And somebody said, there's a number is about to call you, and the area code is gonna be blah, blah, blah. And I get a call, and it's his publicist. And he just like, they heard it. I posted the song on Twitter and I posted it on Facebook. And somehow, some way, I guess that prayer worked because they called me the very next day. The next day,
I've heard
24 hours.
When the CIA is trying to bring you down, they send a short skirt. Like, men, be cautious. That is, it's been going on since the beginning of time. It took Delilah to bring Samson down. So, be careful of these women, with short skirts and evil intentions.
Cold-blooded. Why the Lord don't never send a short skirt? Why the Lord can't say, you know what?
He does.
Thank you.
Very faithful servant.
Right now. Y'all can't really see. Show what you want.
Ready for the Lord's blessings. And listen, I understand God when he be like, look, I'm not finna send you nothing you finna waste. I'm just gonna wait until you ready, because I ain't finna keep going through this with you. I'm gonna wait.
You know what? I ain't even mad at that. I'll take all of that. I'm with that. I like that one. Yeah, I'm with that.
Jelks, did you know Dolph, Young Dolph?
I've never met him personally, but I knew I love his music. I'm a fan, and I'm an independent artist too. Even though I'm signed with Chuck D, he encourages us to be independent on top of being signed together as a unit. So I love the fact that Young Dolph was independent, and I loved his message. I loved his music. I wish I would have got a chance to meet him because I'm in Memphis. I'm in the Memphis area now. I've been living here for like the last 4 years and stuff. So yeah, it would have been a blessing to meet him, but I felt his impact and what he preached about being independent and getting to the bag on your own. You don't need nobody. Just get up and get on your grind. And I'm a fan. I'm definitely a Dolph fan.
Jason, did you know Dolph?
I did not know him personally. Some years back when he first started or whatnot, he used to come to the school and perform and give out mixtapes to the kids and all that type of stuff. But nah, I didn't know him personally.
You look really sick about it. How are you feeling right now about what's going on in Memphis? And from your perspective, what's going on in Memphis right now in this moment?
Well, if asking me, it is more so. It's not necessarily what's going on in Memphis. It's what's going on in the world amongst a lot of black men who got money, black men who are in the music industry, or black men who have disputes on social media. How this stuff just trickles down, guys got money, guys got successful, are successful, but yet they feuding on social media like Soulja Boy. This is the way they talk to each other over Twitter, over all these different social media outlets, and how they handle their conflicts and disputes. I just it's not just today. It's just stuff that's been going on. So to me, that's the issue and that's the problem.
They're starting to call Memphis the murder capital.
That's nothing new. They've been every time somebody gets shot somewhere, they'll call it.
Thank you. Capital. We talked about that too, Jay. Right. I remember when Chicago was the murder capital when I was in
New Orleans,
Detroit.
The problem is, people try to take pride in those type of titles. That's foolish. Bragging about it, or wearing it like a badge on the chest. We kill here, we murder here, all that type of stuff.
What's going on? Because after Jay, you mentioned after Dolph was murdered. Let's start from the beginning. What's
dudes
going
been
on? He
these
went to go
dudes-
get some cookies and got shot.
It's bigger than that. These dudes been feuding for years.
Yeah.
Dog got shot out of town somewhere. So it's just
Out here in LA. He got shot out here in LA.
Right. So it's just a continuation of these dudes going back and forth.
Dolph. I met him in LA.
So you knew Dolph, Derek?
I met him a couple times. I talked to him
And
a couple times.
talk about him. Why, how did he get shot out here?
Oh, I
Was
don't
it
know how he
gang?
got shot. I don't know nothing about Memphis or not, but when I met him, we was in LA. I talked to him a couple times. He a real cool dude, real humble. You know what I mean? He real chill. You know, like he
And also,
good guy.
also to
a
speak
good guy.
to that, it's not necessarily any person in particular that could be said that this was directly from them, because what you end up having is you have these people that are extremely famous. They exchange words. They are real hostile toward each other, and then they go on with their life because they get money. But you got people that feel like they might be aligned with whoever that'll go do something and act completely on their own. You know what I'm saying? But they'll spin it as if they acting in the name of somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there are
a lot of rumors going on right now around the whole situation. I don't know if you all want to talk about it, because the fact that he got shot out here in LA, that kind of struck me as weird. You know, why? You know,
it go back to what Jake's saying. Other people who are attempting to be associated with it, you know, whether they travel with them, or they just
there's people in LA that are fans of Memphis artists or artists all over the world.
Okay, so you're telling me this isn't necessarily a gang situation.
No, it's not. Situation. Yeah, what I'm saying is, I don't know exactly what it is specifically. I just know that it's so well,
what's the streets saying, Jay? Tell me as much as you can about what the streets are saying, because the streets saying a whole lot that's gotten out here. Like, there's some young man he's got beef with, and the young man's grandma got shot, and then we heard the grandma really didn't get shot. It was just a lie. What's that all about?
Lie. So it was a lie. Nobody's grandma got shot as of now. As of like actual factual, there have been several shootings.
We're not gonna say it like that. As of, she ain't got shot yet. We ain't saying it like that.
I'm saying nobody's grandma
been shot.
Nobody's grandma been shot. Like, but what I'm saying is like there's been several shootings since that shooting, but none of these shootings are being tied directly to that shooting. It's just people getting shot in Memphis right now. Memphis is tense right now.
So you're saying that Dolph got shot. Yeah. Then 4 more brothers, high profile, got shot.
No, I didn't say high profile. I just said there was shooting going on. Like that's
so 4 Dolph got shot.
Yeah.
Then 4 other guys got shot. It had nothing to do with any of it.
Well, there's been 4 other shootings. There's only been 2 people confirmed shot, but there's been shootings in different places. Like there's been places where shootings going on. But and D can attest to this. In Memphis, there's shooting every night.
I mean, niggas get killed every day. What is it?
But the thing is, when some on this level happens, though, everybody tries to attach something to it. Like as far as the rumor mill. So Dolph, very high profile person, gets shot and killed today. Anybody he ever exchanged words with, people are out here saying, "Oh, that was him. That was him," because that's what they're gonna do. That's what
can we get some specifics? Who knows the story? Can we get the story from the beginning?
Check this out. The thing is it's just like high school stat. And one thing starts, then it's he say, she say. One thing leads to another. The difference is this is a high profile guy. Now he's had beef with other gentlemen in the city, but it's been going on for years. So once he gets killed, it's gonna go back to the most publicized beef that he had.
So what's going on? So the streets is taking back control.
No, just listen. No, check this out. He got killed, right? So the association of his most publicized beefs are going to come to the forefront, right? So no one really has an answer. You understand? So you can hear a whole bunch of different things. You don't know what's true yet. However, what it's going to point to is his most publicized beef within the city. So today is
And
the
who is
first day
that?
it happened.
Most publicized beef. Is
It's him.
that
It's
something we
him.
shouldn't talk about?
Well, I mean, it's two, him and what's called, I just had some issues, Soldier Boy. Then, him and Gotti.
Soldier Boy.
That's one. And him and Gotti has had a long running.
My Gotti? Oh, another Gotti.
No, Yo Gotti.
No.
Yo Gotti from Memphis.
Yo Gotti. So,
Yo Gotti. He's on one of those hip hop shows. Yo Gotti, right?
No, not.
I've heard of Yo Gotti.
He signed with Jay, baby. He signed with Jay.
Yeah, he signed the whole.
Yo, Jay. Oh, Jay. Okay.
Yeah, he signed with whole. But yeah,
so I don't know if he signed. He's not signed with Hov.
They have a partnership. He's not signed under Hov. But
what kind of partnership?
Well, he owns his own label. He owns CMG. So,
and it's like a subsidiary of Rockefeller or
Rock Nation.
Yeah, they got some. They got some type of
association. Rock Nation now. It's no longer Rockefeller Records.
No, they got some type of association, but I don't know what it is. But here in Memphis, you got CMG and you got whatever Dolph thing was, PRE or something like that. But
so what's CMG? CMG is
so that's a music
label.
Well, whatever, the label for Yo Gotti. Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is, the bottom of it is these two dudes been beefing for years.
Who? We're not gonna say no names. Yo Gotti.
Right.
Yo Gotti. I've heard that name before. He's made records, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I've heard of him. Right. Okay, and now we know he's signed with Jay. So he's been beefing with Dolph. Go ahead.
Right. He not well.
What they beefing over?
Right. So at the end of the day, when you come down to it, it's like a high school spat. When you get down to it, when you go to the office, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, it's immature.
Hip hop.
Yeah, it's immature. It ain't worth nobody dying over.
Yeah.
That's the short of it.
Yeah. And now people are gonna keep trying to associate anybody that he exchanged words with. And
okay, so Jay, who else did he exchange words with? Because I didn't hear Yo Gotti. This is the first I heard he exchanged words with somebody else, but it wasn't Yo Gotti. Whose grandma did everybody say got killed?
The dude is associated with Yo Gotti.
Yeah, it's somebody from Yo Gotti's camp, but it's ultimately Yo Gotti. Like,
okay, I ain't gonna argue with y'all because y'all know more than I know. I'm just here to report the.
But the thing is, with God, it's just like a spec. When high school.
Okay, let's slow down. Is Yo Gotti from Memphis?
Yes.
Is his grandma still in Memphis?
Now, grandmother, we don't get no specifics. We don't know.
Please, somebody go get grandma and get her somewhere safe. I'm really upset that they're taking this out on grandma. And I don't even know any of these people.
The funny thing, so this is the funny thing about that, Paula, because y'all, a lot of people are outside of the city and getting info like, hey, so-and-so's grandma got shot. But in reality, we know the people that live in these neighborhoods, and we talking to people. It's like, man, and they telling us like, ain't nothing happening over here. Like, it's some shooting going on, but it ain't happening over here.
Right. So what happened with you tonight, Jay? They gave you guys a curfew, and
they asked, you know what I'm saying? They asked that people kind of stay in the house. They can't really make nobody stay in the house. But they asked that, hey, if you ain't got somewhere you gotta be, tension is high in the city. Y'all chill out tonight. They made that as a public announcement. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all always killing prominent people in Memphis. I don't understand it. What's going on? Why everybody doing something for the community go to Memphis and get shot up.
Wait,
And why is the government, y'all cops, trying to cop y'all, police y'all like y'all 2 or 3?
Wait. Let me chime in, please. Now, even though in addition to these individuals giving back to the community, these type of not to be putting anybody down, but these folks are,
talk about it though. Let's get real. Let's get real.
These guys are associated with gangster rap music. You dig what I'm saying? So they talk this stuff. They talk these things. They live these things. Follow me here. Because this goes to your statement is why we always killing prominent people. It's kind of a different situation than the Martin Luther King thing. These guys are kind of gangster life, gangsterfied. They talk these things. So this is a different category than the Martin Luther King killing.
Well, I don't know, Jay.
It's two. Both of them.
Listen, they're all.
Listen, both of them wrong. All killing is wrong. It's not good. I just don't want us to get associated. It's a different type of association.
Well, listen. Right, can I say something?
Yes.
Can I say something? It's messed up because from what I've been hearing, Memphis been crunk past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. Been a lot of killings and murders going on for a long time out there, and this killing here.
They killed Martin Luther King Jr. before I was born.
Right, we understand that, Paula. We understand that. But what I'm saying, as of late, to hear my cousins and my friends and my mom and my dad to just speak about how dangerous it is. My brother, they come out here to kick it. They don't go outside at home. Nobody really go outside and kick it at home like that in Memphis. And our city got exposed. The politicians got exposed. The police department got exposed. Now the whole world and the whole nation knows that they're not doing anything to keep our city safe. To the point where we lost one of this hip hop. We lost a hip hop artist tonight, a world renowned hip hop artist.
Well, of course, what could they have done in a situation like this? Was this a hit?
If you are aware of all of the killings that have been and all of the violence that has been going on in the past 7, 8, 9 years, they haven't done anything to curb it. They haven't found any solutions to stop it. That's what it looks like to me in LA, and that's what I'm sure it looks like to the rest of the world, now that they're seeing this all over the news.
What is it about this situation that is triggering a worldwide attention? Is it
hip-hop?
I'm gonna give you a couple. I'm gonna give you a couple things. And hip hop is part of it, but it's a couple things because the trend is, and it's not Memphis. The trend is hometown heroes are being murdered at home. That comes from that's Nipsey.
Yeah.
That's Dolph now. What's the young
Great in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Young Greatness.
And the homie from ATL, they got shot in ATL. Man, it's gonna come to me in a minute. But the point is, the trend is.
I'm trying to tell y'all think I be on some conspiracy theories. That's my theory. Okay, go ahead.
And Lorenzen Wright wife killed him.
Who?
I'm done for the night. Lorenzen Wright wife killed him. That's another prominent murder.
It's been confirmed?
Yes, man. Yeah, baby.
I thought she did it on top because I remember when we were on that plane.
Yeah. So that alone should let you know that it's some bullshit mentality going on in Memphis.
Yeah, people are hurt because the people that's getting.
I love Lorenzen. That was my boy, y'all. That was my friend.
The people that are getting murdered in their hometowns are people that, they got a past, they got a history, but these are active people in their communities. These are people that's like, they building and growing. So like, in some cases, people just feel like it's people's past catching up. And I hate the way that sounds.
It's very convenient that the people that are getting murdered are hip hop artists who are somehow gang affiliated which does not mean that you're killing people because you're in. Maybe we shouldn't call them gangs anymore. Maybe we should just call them social groups.
Yeah, as far as I know, not even everybody's in the gang. People just they associate
affiliated.
Yeah. People
Not
just
necessarily in, but affiliated. Like when you just broke it down just now, and you pointed to all of the major towns in America and all of our major artists that are giving back, the ones who are obviously giving back to the community are being struck down. Who's doing it? We got to the bottom of the Nipsey thing, and we kind of believe it was the feds, because why does this crackhead want to kill Nipsey? We went to the beginning and found him and his girlfriend was sitting in a car plotting it. They both have feds affiliations. It doesn't make sense that anyone else would be doing this serial murdering of our prominent Black rappers.
Can I speak to that?
Please,
so when we look at the rappers, but we don't look at the rappers' bosses. We need to see like who's hiring these rappers and what is the criteria for you to hire them. What gotta be on your resume for you to get the job?
Dolph was independent, like you said, right?
Well, he was independent, but he had a distribution deal through Empire. So what has to be on your resume in order for you to get this job? You know what I'm saying? So to me, it feels like.
So who is Empire? What history do you have on Empire?
Empire's a label.
Yeah, Empire's a label. So his deal with them was for them to distribute his music, like to make sure that he was getting into more places. You know what I'm saying? For the most part.
Okay.
Like, but as far as him creating,
do they have a history of killing their artists?
Not that I know of.
No, but I do think that that there should be more balance in the hip hop world, and they whoever's hiring these people to be artists, they're only hiring the ones with a certain background, but they should be hiring others with a different kind of background too, so they can show a balance, that there's a balance to give people an option, or if do they want to get with this or do they want to get with that. But what they've done is they've created more like a gladiator type world, to where like you got to be the hardest, you got to be the most thuggish, you got to be the one who's willing to kill somebody for it and stuff. And they sit back and come to the shows and watch it as if like it's like a gladiator kind of event or something. They're not laughing with these artists. They laughing at these artists.
Older, right? He wasn't a young rapper. He was like
he was extremely young by the standards of how long he's been making music. He was 36. I'm 35.
Right.
Like
to me that's older, because when you think of these young rappers 20, 21, but he was seasoned. He was a man. He wasn't a little boy in the streets, is what I'm trying to say.
Can I ask you a question? Yeah, so it kind of sounds like you're saying that the record companies and the record labels
that's why I was trying to get you.
Instigating these deaths about rappers. Like they're the ones started up or putting together these criteria for these MCs to be signed, therefore leading them to killing each other or being killed.
Okay, so if I hire you for a job, there's a job description. If I hire you to be a cook at my restaurant, in the job description, all I want you to do is cook. Just be a cook. All you got to do, you in control of the burgers and stuff. If you go over there and start doing fries, then I'm gonna fire your ass. So I'm hiring you to do this specific job, and they're hiring them to do exactly what they're doing.
So
also let me say this: it's even in speaking of Chuck D, KRS-One, these folks predicted that type of stuff years ago. They've been talking about that type of stuff. This ain't nothing new. This stuff they've been saying in the 80s, at the beginning of the 90s. This what this stuff was turning into.
And if you don't have that on your resume, they're not gonna hire you.
Right.
So
So y'all
that's
You
making
don't have ex gang banging on your resume.
you're not gonna get the job.
like y'all in LA. Do y'all know who D Smoke is?
I
D
love you.
Smoke.
I love
Yes.
that.
All right, so
He was
D
in
Smoke,
at
like
Inglewood.
yeah.
Educates the youth and community. He is amazing.
He's very dope.
But
Now
you ain't
check
gonna
this
have
out.
many like that. They ain't gonna put.
It took D Smoke to
He
go
had
on to
Netflix on Hustle and on Rhythm and Flow for him to even get any recognition. And that man, even when he was doing the show, he was still teaching at Inglewood High School as an English teacher, helping his students. His students watched him win that show, and he worked hard, and he was so humble about it. He shocked everybody. He started rapping in Spanish, and he don't like, even Snoop Dogg was on the show, and Snoop Dogg even tested him because from the West Coast, when you gang affiliated, where
I
you
saw
from?
that. Yeah, that man with the dreads.
And Snoop pressed him because if you gonna fall for it, you gonna stay.
And he ain't fall for it. He was like, man, I ain't gonna
he
say.
Didn't move because that's not what
was like.
He from Inglewood up to no.
He was like, man, I liked him.
Even when he
I remember him.
He's not hardcore.
I know exactly who he is, but he can spit. He kind of reminded me of Ken.
He'll take you round and round and round again, spitting, but without having to be hardcore. He's not talking about something that he's not going to portray. That's not him. Like Kendrick.
So the thing is, it's several people like that across the U.S. But like my man Jelks said, that's not part of the people who got money. They're not gonna put their money behind it.
Trauma sells more than excellence. Drama sells a lot more. Sex, trauma, and drama sell like it ain't nobody's motherfucking business. Because everybody is entertained by trauma and drama that is not theirs. Watch it all day long, but won't want to deal with their own shit.
But let me say this. It's what sells is because that's what they want to sell. If they want everybody to love slow songs, they can make y'all love slow songs.
Right. Yeah, because they program. Yeah, because they program you by playing whatever they want you to hear over and over and over and over again. Malcolm X said it best: "He who controls the media controls the minds."
Yes.
Right. And I'm not coming down on gangster artists. I love the music. We need that too, but we need balance too. And by Black people, that's why I'm glad Miss Paula doing this show, because she's creating her own Black media to where she can control the narrative and she can play whatever she want to play. She can,
right. Well, that's the plan.
She's in control. We need more Black media.
Going to talk about this, Jelks. You're right. And that's why when Jay called, like, no, we going on. And Derek called like, no, you going on. So get your ass up, put some makeup on. So here we are. And
I ain't saying like that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did, man. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You did. Yeah.
And Jay, you mentioned to me that Young Dolph was getting out of the gang thing.
Well, now what I mentioned was that his business side. Now I don't know about a gang, so I
apologize. You mentioned that he was changing.
He was changing. Yeah, he was changing his focus because musically he's been successful, but a lot of people don't know Dolph is in real estate. Dolph is doing a lot of stuff with real estate, so and he has artists under him now. So in the last couple of interviews I've seen him in, he was like, man, I might do some more music, but really that ain't where my focus at right now because I just see so much money on the horizon. And also I want to segue into something really quick. I'm gonna try to get it out because it's been on me to get this out because I'm a fan. There's a lot of parts of each one of us. Like if everybody only saw your worst moment of you forever, then we'll all be terrible people. But what I want Dolph legacy to be, if you watching this or you gonna watch this, or anybody that's wondering what they can take away from Dolph, Dolph was an ingenious businessman at a young age. Everything Dolph spent money on, he matched it in investments and savings. He said that in all his interviews. He like, yeah, I buy a lot of cars, but every time I go spend 100,000 over here, I'm putting 100,000 over here to grow some. Dolph was a great father.
He was a family.
As a family man, period. So as a young black man, that ain't something you hear about a lot either. These are not the things people gonna bring up when they talk about Dolph, but these are things they should bring up. Like for what you say, this
they have recently, like on social media, there's been a couple of different blogs and stuff that have been reposting videos of him doing his daughter's hair, really taking care of his kids and giving back. Like he just did his whole little turkey thing. Like they've been posting the beautiful things about him besides his music. That people don't talk about often, because like a lot of people who do achieve the greatness, they don't stay in one place for too long. They have so much more to do, and there's so much more beyond what people just love them for in that one thing. And he really was a genuinely good man, a good black man that most men won't be like, yeah, nigga.
It seems to me like what you're saying is consistently across the board, the men that you've named started in one place and all were heading towards somewhere greater, on a more community level. And this is when they were taken from us. All the names that you named, that seems to be the consistent, the one thing that makes them, that draws them together. They give back to the community. Now they're trying to transition themselves into a better way of life, and they're taken from us.
So
and it's sad it always points back to the government.
Yeah, it's sad because of. All right, so it's sad because of where
y'all know y'all killing us all. CIA. It's not like it's a secret. I mean,
it's sad because
since the beginning of time. No secret.
Yeah. It's sad because of where these men had to come from to get to where they was at. So if you start from a pit and you climb out of that pit and you clean yourself off, sometimes you still got a little bit of that pit on you.
Yeah.
You can't really help it. You know what I'm saying?
Couple fleas still stuck.
Let me say this. So when we like today's situation, we got a real problem with so the people who killed them. We got some real problem with these people, the mindsets of people who just kill at will in broad daylight.
Who do you think you are that you can just go kill somebody?
Now, and these people are. It's an issue with that. It's an issue with people not really respecting the effect it will have on the community and world. You understand? So I just, as opposed to figure out why this, why that, we need to find out what's wrong with these people. What's wrong with our mindset where it's okay just to be killing people and not understand the consequences it's going to have on the rest of the community, on the rest of the people.
Does anybody,
it's the crack baby generation.
Can anybody tell me what happened? Can we start from the beginning? I'm a start from the beginning kind of gal. So he went to go get a cookie.
Yeah. And so we know what you know. He went to a place that he goes on a regular. And as far as
what time was this? This was yesterday.
This was like high noon, like middle of the day.
Noon.
Like sun highest point of the day. Like this is when this happened.
Okay.
And so that's why I was shaking everybody. Like as far like he's there. From what I hear, he may have signed a few autographs, and he's inside this place, getting ready to get cookies, and they shoot up the whole front end of this place, like the windows, everything. So, and that speaks to the people that's being really, really nasty towards the business owners, because this business got the whole front end shot out. and they could have potentially been hurt as well. God.
It makes no sense to me. It's kind of like when they say Suge set up Tupac. Who gonna set somebody up and be in the car with him and catch a bullet in the head? Who does that? Who's gonna set you up and then have their establishment shot up?
Foolish.
Yeah.
Who does that?
All right, so that goes back to the mindset of all these of our whole mindset. Somebody stupid enough, foolish enough to kill a prominent dude in the community in broad daylight, and then you're gonna have people on social media threatening these people whose business. It's just there's a whole bunch of stupidity going on.
I think part of it is the crack babies. The crack babies are not adults. The crackheads are not grandmothers.
What's
the crack babies are grown up and just don't know how to fucking act.
What's the ages of the crack babies? Are they in their 30s and they 40s?
They in their mid 30s. They between.
They were born in the 80s.
Yeah, they between my generation and the next generation. I'm 35. So you talking between 35 and 30, just 30 even, right up in that area. Maybe a few of the 28s, 29s. Them the people that they talking about.
So can we talk a little about what Tamika's family is going through right now? Jason just mentioned it a little bit, but people have been partially blaming them for Dolph getting murdered at their establishment. I find it very unfair, but Jay, can you talk a little bit, or Jason, anyone, about what's been going on? Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Let me say this, right? So how people are attacking the establishment. So that's the same type. That's the same type of stuff we deal with every day, dealing with these parents when they kid got a long sheet of doing the same stupid stuff year after year, day after day. You got a long sheet. This is your child, and you come in here fussing at the teachers, at the administrators, at the teachers and the administrators.
Thank you.
I can't understand it.
And it's the same mentality, but I will say this on behalf. I'll say this on behalf of the business right now, because as of right now, well, as of today, you know, they closed down early today, and they may close down for a little while, maybe tomorrow. But more so than anything, and this is the real of it, they're mourning too. This was their friend. This was somebody that supported their business all the time, and they, before they even got a chance to get into them grieving,
someone was murdered at their establishment. I don't care if it was a homeless person they never met before, that you don't even, that crawled out of the gates of hell. Someone was murdered in their establishment.
Yeah, and it's not the sense that he was famous. That's not the point.
Somebody was murdered.
Yeah, it's deeper than somebody. This is their friend. This is somebody that comes to see them often. This is no different than if something happened to me and you had to hear about it tomorrow. You would feel some type of way. These are people that sit down with him and
some
talk
type
to
of
him.
Way because I ate their cookie in front of you guys, and you guys it got hot. Now y'all up there eating cookies and killing people.
Yeah,
I feel some kind of way.
I think if we really want to get down like to the bottom of it, it goes back like years and years. It goes back to like Black people, we hurting, like we've been exposed to poverty for over 400 years. And then when they did release us, they didn't give us anything. So we all had to start from get everything up out the mud. I mean, like when they were giving away FHA housing loans and stuff, they kept them away from our ancestors and stuff. So you know how you build generational wealth through home ownership. And then, you know, that home ends up, you might have paid $50,000 for it, but now it's worth $500,000. And then you could sell that and send your kids to college and stuff, and they can get every year. It goes way back. It goes way back to that. So the whole mentality comes from just us being exposed to poverty for too long, and we're hurting. I think we're hurting more than we know, and they owe us. Like they owe us. Like when people talking about reparations is real. Every other race in this world then got their reparations for what got done to them, except for us.
Yeah.
My son's, one of his friends, they're on Section 8 HUD housing, where they give you the houses.
Mhm.
A white family. If I tell you it's a mansion, if I tell you I ain't never seen no Section 8 house with 6 bedrooms in a nice neighborhood.
Wow.
Mhm.
I can explain.
Am I making it
Oh
up?
my goodness, y'all. I ain't never seen no Section 8 house like this ever. This house so goddamn big and pretty. And
The neighborhood.
the whole hood is Section 8 houses for white folk.
Well, they
And
got
it's
houses
all
like that.
white
Like
people.
It's like Germantown or some shit, or Collierville. It's like it's like a gated community down there for Section 8.
You heard me?
What?
They give a Section 8 like that for houses.
Yes.
I want in.
Hello? No. You gonna get Section 8. Let me show you where you gonna be in Section 8. You're gonna be right here. Maybe down here somewhere. In here. That's where you're gonna be there.
Pointed at the spot.
Let me get down here to the garbage can. I'm sorry, y'all. You know I got dyslexia. This is where you're gonna be right here. Right here. But this is where they gonna be.
Yeah, but we've been suffering for you know, they like when we had black-owned businesses and stuff like Tulsa, Oklahoma and stuff, you had like real business owners and stuff making millions of dollars, and white people came and burnt it down. And there's several other establishments that black people built to where we owned our stuff.
And that's why I went
people
off.
came and burned it down. So that's what our mentality now. It's just we've just been hurting for too long. People are hurting, like, and then we're seeing how that hurt plays out. Just like with the crack epidemic, when black people was running around, we was on crack. Oh, we needed to just say no to drugs, but now there's opioids and other races are being affected by it. Now it's just it's a mental health issue now, but it wasn't no mental health issue when our aunties and uncles was sprung on that crack. But now
they didn't understand that. We was crazy. Something was wrong with us.
Than what they saying and stuff.
And the CIA put the crack in our neighborhood, by the way. They the ones who put the crack in our hood.
Yeah, and
they result in the crack babies that are adults now. Like, it's a long-term plan.
They done traded the crack for guns.
So you know they have in white communities places, if you're addicted to opioids or meth or whatever, they have houses where you can go and get high and relax and be safe. They ain't nothing for crackheads. Crackheads in the street got to be out there sucking, smucking. But they got for the opioids, you can go and shoot up in peace. You can go shoot up and have a nice coffee afterwards.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? Did you say they smoking?
Yeah, they smucking.
They smoking out here. They ain't out here smoking.
For them, it's a disease, and they understand drug addiction, alcohol addiction is a disease, and they're providing places where they can get high.
Yeah.
High.
But for us, we're going to jail. That's where we dry out in jail. They dry out in a nice house with a bed.
Called rehab.
So,
yeah, man.
And I want to add to what Jay was saying, man. We need to make sure that Young Dolph is his legacy ain't really being Young Dolph. His legacy is really being Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. He's Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. Young Dolph is a human being. He's a person. He's not just some rapper. Yeah. I mean, I remember whenever I first started rapping, I made up my name, Jay Smooth. He was a character that I made up in my mind, and I made the music based off that character. Young Dolph is the character that was made by Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. And that's a real man. That's who he needs to be. He needs to be. His legacy needs to be like him being Adolph Thornton, not just Young Dolph, but and you can add Young Dolph. But
he was talking about
he invented that character. He invented Young Dolph. That really wasn't. That's not.
Was
on his everyday life, he wasn't running around rapping every day.
I'm glad you said that, Jelks, because with 3 MCs and a producer up there, I want to know what y'all think about Kanye West saying that when white people say rappers, they're really calling us nigger.
I hate the word rapper. Now I totally agree. Yeah, like at the point to where when people call me rapper, man, I feel like it was degrading me, man.
I don't know. So I've
I've
always worn the badge of rapper. Like because every time I do something that people don't think rappers should do, I love being able to say I'm a rapper. Like I did the Orpheum this year. I introduced myself as a rapper because they don't have rappers in the Orpheum that often.
I like saying I'm a nigga, Jay. The same. I couldn't
say that in the Orpheum though. I couldn't pull that one out. But when I go do these festivals,
she a rapper, she a nigga, whatever. Yeah.
I'm a producer.
Yeah, when I go to these festivals,
you're a hip hop producer though. You're a rap producer.
Yeah.
No. I'm not a rap producer. I'm a producer. A producer does all genres.
Yes, you do.
R&B, for pop, and rap.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. Terry. Let's take the labels off of us and not allow them to label us as well. So let's go back to that, Jay, because I'm feeling what you're saying. And that was a great question for us. Is that what we're hearing right now? That it has something to do with, I guess, drug dealing or being a rapper, his death? What, we have no idea, but is that what media is putting on it? Is that what
media is putting the beef spin on it? They're putting the spin of, again, they reaching their straws. It's like, well, he got to arguing with so-and-so in 2005. Maybe that's what happened. Oh, he got to arguing with so-and-so in 2000. But you got to think about if you was a detective and somebody got killed, the first thing you do is go see who they had any exchanges with. So that's all that the media is doing. That's all that the peanut gallery is doing.
Though, there should be a statute of limitations of beef. I mean,
there isn't though, because in real life, but the truth, if you're talking about real beef, go ahead.
The media not the only person, not the only people doing it. Folks in the street doing that too.
Yeah, folks in the street doing it too. It's like there is no statute of limitations on beef. Not if it's real. Like it's kind of like, yeah, I might not see you for however long, but if I got an issue with you, when I see you, it's the same thing as the last time I saw you.
For however long, but when I see you, it's on. So
yeah.
So Jay, you said to me, which I thought was very insightful, beef dies down, but it doesn't die.
No. I mean, you would think, and the reason why it doesn't die is not because of the people that had beef, it's because all of the people that it touches. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about, well, I don't want to hash too many old wounds, but we was talking about Jay and Cam. At one point in time, somebody made an attempt on Cameron's life, and it was documented that people that was in that group threw up the rock sign. They probably wasn't affiliated with the rock at all. But that's what happens. Like, that's why the beef doesn't die, because there's somebody that ain't got nothing going on with their fucking life that decides to take it upon themselves to keep the beef alive. Right. Dolph getting money. All these other people that they naming, that he might have been into it with, they getting money. They ain't got time to do this shit.
Crazy man Manson, Charles Manson. I think he put some Black Power stuff somewhere, to trick them into thinking that the Black Power, the Black activists were a part of the murder, that they killed that lady in her pregnant belly and the baby. The Manson murders.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I remember that. Yes, people do stuff like that all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It would stand to reason. Why would I murder you and go like this? I mean, that's just retarded.
Yeah.
Why would I murder somebody and put the Black Panther symbol? Why would I do that? That's retarded.
Well, you know the long
advantage of beef.
Yeah, the full word for fan is fanatic. So when you deal with somebody that's on the deepest level of being a fan, if I've had to talk to my fans before because I put out a song and somebody commented, I don't like this, it's trash. And then you got 50 fans of mine replying to his comment like going in, like you trash. Why you on the internet? Get off the internet. And I have to tell people like, look, people entitled to their opinion. You don't get to do that. You know what I'm saying? But imagine if me and you are on or imagine if me and Frequency on here and we like, hey, bro, when I see you, I'm going to do something to you. And he said, when I see you, I'm going to do something to you. And we get off here. There's people that's his following, that's my following.
But that's we what we like to think. I think we like to think that.
Yeah.
You know, when we're talking about people possibly as big as a Snoop, you know, I could see if Snoop had beef, excuse me, I just took a sip. If Snoop had beef, I don't think he'd have to do anything but say, I got beef. And
he would have to say, don't do nothing. He wouldn't have to say, do something. He would have to say, don't do something. Like, and that's what we dealing with. It's like,
he'd have to say, don't do something. I don't think he'd have to say anything. What were we talking? We were talking, someone just recently, Forrest and I were talking about this. When you have power to that extent and you are affiliated with people who are followers, you don't have to say anything. I don't think it's necessary to even have to vocalize. I think we were talking about Ye, and I don't know, whatever beef he had. You don't have to say a word. The people will retaliate.
Yeah, but you had to tell them not to retaliate though. That's the point I'm making.
You have to tell. You don't have to say a word.
If you don't say a word, then
that's
you have to worry
when they will retaliate.
You have to worry about what somebody's gonna do on your behalf. That's no different than I had a rapper on my Instagram picking with me because I'm on this show. Like, and I had people in my DM, they didn't respond on the post. They DM'd me like, AJ, you know where I'm at. I'm where he at.
That's right.
Like, yeah. I'm like,
now,
well, no.
That's what I'm talking about. So you're saying you're responsible as a Snoop, as a Cam, a Jay-Z. You are responsible to say, squash that shit.
Yeah, especially if you know what's going on. You got your ear out here.
Puffy.
It's not hard to catch it.
Because if they don't say it, the retaliation is real.
Apparently, Jake Prince just told Kanye and Drake to squash that shit, right?
Yeah, they doing a concert together.
That's what's up.
They doing a whole concert together. They doing a Free Larry Hoover concert, actually.
Ain't this in LA?
I believe it is. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I heard it's in LA.
I mean, and I think that was maybe what we were talking about, Ye and Drake. You know, because Drake is, for all intents and purposes, Memphis affiliated. His dad is from Memphis. So, you know, he's not as punk as one would want to imagine just because he's from Toronto. He still has roots here in ghetto ass Memphis. Look how you looking at me. Y'all looking at me like,
watch out now.
Watch out now. Watch out. Chill out there.
Don't try to act
out
y'all
out there.
I don't know if LA got any room to talk.
Ohio.
But the point I'm making is, you know, if these two guys have beef, there are people out there who will take it upon themselves to squash it. And what you're saying is, you've got to say, as Jesus, you got to pick the ear up and put it back on the man's ear after Peter cuts it off. You've got to say, don't cut nobody's ear off.
Yeah.
Because if you do nothing.
Yeah, and nothing's going to happen to Drake or Kanye because they move in a certain way, which is why this hit so close to home. You asked
Kanye over Drake.
Well, you asked earlier why this hit so many people so hard. Dolph has enough money to move a certain way, but Dolph is very connected to his community. So that's why it hurt people, because that's one of the last, like,
Robin Hood.
Well, yeah, it's different being somebody's fan and then being able to actually touch them, to be able to see them and talk to them, and they tell you good job on your report card.
That's real. And that is the beauty of the 70s, when we could see the pimps with all the money, and although they were pimps, they were the only wealth that we saw, the only wealth that was given it to us.
Oh yeah.
Only people with fancy cars, fancy clothes, and they would be the only ones who made it that stayed in the community. Granted, they stayed in the community to sell their wares, but everyone else who made it, doctors, lawyers, engineers, architects, they dipped.
Yeah.
They couldn't wait to get to the white folks.
So I grew up in Inglewood before I moved to Chicago. I mean, before I moved to Mississippi. I was in Southside Chicago.
Inglewood.
So I grew up where the D-boys gave you money for A's on your report card. I grew up where if you could hoop, they bought you shoes and they wouldn't let you be in the street. Like, I grew up where if you was talented in something, they didn't let you be in the street. That was the rule.
It's our drug dealers that are patronizing the arts. I don't see nobody blowing up doctors giving us no money to make no movies, or creating Denzel Washingtons or Jay-Z's.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem too. Like,
well,
we haven't solved that yet. Like, it's like once a person gets to a certain status, it's kind of hard, because like, should they stay? Because they are risking themselves getting killed by their own people. A prophet is not welcome in his own home.
That's what Jesus said, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the ones that are upstanding, that do help with the arts, they purposely don't let it be known that they helping with the arts, because they don't want people to know what position in life they in. That's their way of protecting themselves. That's the catch to it. It's like, yeah, I can help you, but you can't tell people I'm helping you. I don't need the recognition.
Sammy Davis concept, Sammy Davis Jr. concept, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and last week I had my very good friend, shout out Chris Coppola, on, and he was trying to tell a story of how I had been, you know, Black powering behind the scenes. We don't talk about it. You know, Forrest was like, and I got embarrassed because I'm so used to hiding the fact that I go on sets, I'm behind the scenes, because what we do behind the scenes can be taken out on us in front of the scenes. Do you know what I mean? Like, people, they don't get mad at the act. They get mad when you broadcast it. Do you understand? When you go out, which goes back to our boy, Bill Cosby. Throughout all of this, he has remained quiet, humble. There are some who have gone to court and gotten off. I got fired because I celebrated OJ getting acquitted. I was on a major network and they told me I got fired because I openly celebrated.
Oh.
My point is, you have to win with humility, and if you're Black, you cannot win and then be at the party like, well, I just beat the system. You know, you will find yourself somewhere dead. And that is what I commend Bill Cosby. We as the people have to walk with our heads down, no matter how much we should be holding them up. Can anyone comment or relate to where I'm going with this? Jelks?
I have a comment. I got a comment. Like, I know if I was 81 years old and they done, you know, took everything, stripped everything away from me and put me in a cell and told me all I got to do is just go to this class and they'll let me out. Even if I wasn't guilty, I would probably go to that class. But, you know, I'm a 80-something-year-old multi-millionaire, and all I got to do is go to this stupid class and y'all let me out. But the fact that he stood strong and said, hell no, he ain't going to that class because he ain't guilty of doing what they told, what they're saying that he doing, and he don't give a fuck if he died. And he said he don't give a fuck if he died. I don't know if I can cuss, but he said he don't care if he died.
You're not gonna.
So to me, that shows to me that's a strong brother. Like, that's a strong brother. I salute him. Like, go ahead, though.
Yes, I know what you're saying. My question isn't, you know, about the class as much as he has class. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit about a class. He can go to class, don't go to class. Who cares about class? My point is the way he's handled himself through this adversity. And then when he was acquitted, he didn't go have a big party. You know, we can't do that, is what I'm trying to say. We can't celebrate our victories. We have to walk with our heads down and our mouths closed. You know, like I think Cassandra was telling maybe OJ or even Cosby, go sit down somewhere. Now you've been acquitted, go hide under a rock and don't let nobody see you. Like, that's how we're supposed to behave when we've proven ourselves innocent.
Yeah, because we don't have any power. Because we don't have any power. They stripped us of our power, and we're powerless. Like any other group can. If they would have done something, like if one of the alphabet communities got out and he could have touted all he wants to, well, nobody had done that because they got power. If another race of person would have got out, let's say, you know, just another race of a person would have got out and they would have touted it, it wouldn't have been done to them. Only people who can't do that is us, because we've been stripped of our power and they owe us. Like, they really owe us. Like, I mean, the number is astronomical how much they owe us.
I don't think they see it that way. When I hear things like what is it called? Some kind of porn, when we talk about
trauma porn.
Yeah. What talk about what they've done to us is trauma porn. Our experience, the Black experience, is considered trauma porn. You know, we've never gotten our 40 acres. And like I said, when we got it, they took it back. They only gave it to us because we're good with the earth. But once we tilled the land, they came and took it back. So I can't agree that there's any type of respect or any type of desire to see us as a community get ahead.
It's like the people, the powers that be, like, okay, if you're at the top, you're going to not only implement plans to stay on the top, but you also have to implement plans to keep other people from reaching the top. So there's a plan, plotted strategy, a goal, a whole scroll somewhere written on how to keep us exactly where we are, and it's working.
Exactly. They came up with that plan right after we were free, and that movie came out, and they got scared we were going to have more power than they could handle. So they began to kill us and systematically repress us. So now where are we? We're guys in Memphis, and Memphis is being called all these horrible murder things. Murder. I'm not understanding why 4 men were killed in one day, and I'm being told it's not related, but stay in the house.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what's the question?
We can't say it's related unless we know it's related. Like, you know.
Come on, y'all. I know.
Listen, It's no other way for me to word it. Like,
your name is DaSkreet. You know what's going on in them streets.
That's why.
He lived 35 minutes down the road. He in a gravel road street.
Yeah. But also, this is what I know because I'm in Memphis almost every night. I'm in the studio or I'm doing a show twice a week in Memphis. Not somebody getting shot every night. They're shooting every night. So
it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
What do you mean? Just shooting in the air, boat.
No, I mean, no, I agree that they're shooting everywhere every night. But that's why I'm saying it's too soon to connect any of these other shootings to Dolph's shooting because they're shooting every night. So it's like it's not that easily connected until somebody is shot and you can directly say, "Hey, this is so and so's cousin, and this is what he did yesterday, and he was involved in this." Until you can do that.
Wait.
Why are they putting it on the cookie people? Why are they putting it on the cookie people? Why they think the cookie people set him up? Why would someone need to set him up if it's just people get shot all the time? It's different.
Follow me here. All right. DaSkreet live down the street in Mississippi. I'm in Memphis, right? Like all places, there are parts of places where you shouldn't go, parts of places that has killing and shooting. It's the same thing here. Now, Memphis is going to be highlighted for what murders is because of today's event, right? Same thing like with Chicago.
Hood.
Say it again.
The cookie place is in the hood.
Well, the cookie place has different locations. One location is in the hood. Now,
and this is the one he was at, the hood cookie place.
Well, it's not necessarily as to it was a hood type place he was at.
Now a certain district that he shouldn't have been in
so now the police are going to say to everybody to be careful about going out because his death is associated with the probability that the other people, Yo Gotti and them people who are also in the city of Memphis have an association with it. Because Yo Gotti has a restaurant in East Memphis which had like 30 police cars there earlier today. And so it's an organization.
Wait. Stop the press on that one.
Listen.
At the cookie store, and they go put a bunch of cops around Yo Gotti's restaurant.
Yes, because these are the two dudes who are beefing in
That's
the city.
Bullshit. Yo Gotti got a case. Yo Gotti, you got a case, boo. Because don't come over here with no bullshit fucking up my restaurant success. You ain't got no proof.
No, I think the point.
No. Wait, you're not understanding, man. You're not understanding.
No,
it's not them going, it's not them going over there harassing him. He's going over there for the probability of this.
Cars outside my restaurant and people trying to eat a meal. That's harassment, hater.
No.
So if something happens to somebody that you were into it with, and you're a high profile person.
Okay, so you're saying they're saying that they went over there to protect Young Gotti.
No, I'm saying it might be a shootout over there. So the reason everybody needs to
shootout between who? The cops and Yo Gotti? Who's shooting out, hater?
Between
man, I check it. Listen, follow me here. These are Dolph people. These are Gotti's people. This is the city, this boxing ring, right? So because there's a death here, there may be retaliation to this here of the assumption that this has something to do with that. And so these are big.
I'm here.
They have big followers.
Yes.
There's big followers amongst this side and this side in this small city. So
then let's get to what the streets are saying,
y'all.
y'all.
Can I ask a question real quick, please?
Right.
So, as MCs and producer again, and I kind of just thought about this, listening to Jason talk about all the cops in Yo Gotti's restaurant. At a certain point, as close as Dolph was to the community and as close as he was and given as he was to the community, should he have had security with him?
Now, I'm glad you said that. Listen, yes. Now, the position that you are in, you have to be preventive in your measures as well. So you have to be preventive in the situation and the climate that you've been in for several years. This is a guy who already been shot at 2 or 3 different occasions. He's been shot at 10 times in other places. So he got to be preventive as well in the way you move around here.
Yeah, you definitely got to have security with you.
He had to be. He has to help himself out of. I'm not saying they should have did it. He should be able to, in theory, be able to move freely. But the reality is he's going to be around a dangerous environment. That's the reality.
So listen, so just to be clear, after being shot in LA, and after being shot at in North Carolina,
right?
He still walked around without any security?
Yes. At Airways and catch him.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, is he banging? I'm just gonna go ahead and ask. Is he banging?
I don't know, but if you listen to the music
he rapping what? What color he rapping?
I don't know. I don't know what all the colors. I don't know if there's a gang. All I know is these 2 organizations have been beefing to the point where they've been, gunplay is involved. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't. That's the fact. That's the reality. Now, in theory.
And when is the last time that this happened with the 2 of them? This was like some time ago, though, right?
This has been ongoing. Now, with that being said, I don't want it to make it seem like we're saying it has something to do with God people. There's probability and the speculation is going to be surrounding them. Right. So there's
I don't think it's Yo Gotti. I think it's the feds.
Well, it don't matter.
They're trying to set up Yo Gotti and pulling at straws because Yo Gotti and from what y'all are saying, they ain't had it since 2000.
Let me say this: even if it is the feds or CIA, even if it is, it didn't stem from outer space. It didn't stem from the CIA. The CIA went on social, not going back and forth with the folks. If it is the CIA and the feds who ultimately set it up, is what they're saying. They didn't. This beef been going on for years. It wasn't started by
consistent because from what Jay told me, they ain't been fucking with each other like that, like beefing online.
Listen, it's ongoing. It's been ongoing.
They're fans or the 2 of them?
All of them associated with on.
So you're telling me that Young Dolph, Young Dolph, 38 years old, was on the Twitter like, you can kiss my ass, Yo Gotti.
Let me say this: since we are our people who are influenced, and we are people who make music and we spin out messages.
You got a big head and a big nose, Yo Gotti. I don't even know what the man looks like.
Let me finish. None of these gentlemen have publicly said it's over.
No.
Right. So
okay, are they publicly still inciting it? Was in the last week?
They have publicly ongoing years been having beef.
And when is the last time they beefed?
It's ongoing.
5 years ago.
It hasn't stopped. It's been ongoing.
So you telling me these grown ass men been on the Twitter like your breath stink?
I'm saying to you, I'm expressing to you. I'm saying to you and expressing to you that there has been an ongoing beef between these 2 camps. That is the fact.
Is it the fans or is it the men? Because we started with this. We started with it's not Snoop, it's the people around him.
You're trying to make it something that it ain't. This is what it is.
What he's saying is that he's saying exactly what I said. It dies down, but it doesn't die. Just because they haven't been directly saying each other's name doesn't mean that it ever went anywhere. It just it hasn't been as prominent in the news. You haven't been hearing direct shots, but that don't mean it changed the fact.
Okay, so what you're telling me is there have been some club fisticuffy stuff going on.
I'm saying to you, a man was shot at more than once, and this thing has never been settled. This is an ongoing beef.
Now we can
talk feds and we can talk CIA, But this is the fact, documented fact, that we all know that these two dudes and their organizations have been beefing. That's what we know. That's the fact.
I
And
know,
when
but I don't believe it. I just can't conceptualize that you've had beef. If I have beef with somebody.
Think about it like this. Think about it like this. If you had a disagreement with another female and she slapped you, but you never got to hit her back, or you did get to hit her, y'all got in a hard down fight. Y'all blanked each other's eyes, everything. And then y'all just don't see each other for a while. When you see her again, is it all good? Or is she still like, no, bitch, you got to get this issue? Like,
right.
So you talking about a man that got shot at several times, and you think that later on he's just gonna be like, when I see him, oh yeah, he shot at me, but I'm cool now. No, that's not how it goes. It's not life. Like, so what we're saying is they may not have said anything directly recently, but that doesn't change the fact of the history of who they are to each other. And this still doesn't mean that we're saying that came from the other side. We're just saying that's why people are speculating. That's why people are saying, man, it probably was so-and-so.
Well, you're right. We need to do something about this because 7 years should be the statute of limitations on beef.
Now, in theory,
that same woman we just talked about.
In theory, that sounds good. But in reality, in theory, that sounds good. But the reality is, it is not the statute of limitations. There is no statute of limitations. That's the reality. In theory, it sounds good.
He should have been watching his back for the rest of his, is gone. That was the rest of his life. So what Forrest is saying is accurate. All of our major rappers who've ever had beef, which is what Jelks said, a prerequisite of the job description. You have to have had some kind of beef sometime, somewhere. So the CIA, Forrest, do you mind?
It's instigated by the record labels.
I'm talking about
the
record labels are instigating it.
Yeah.
Just like they instigated the East Coast, West Coast stuff. Okay, I'm sorry, baby.
Right.
No, I'm just talking about the reverb. Like I can hear myself on your computer. But I think you cut it down. But anyway, I digress. Yes, that's the point I'm making, guys. You know, we need to cut it out because even if it's not, I'm a firm believer. Call me conspiracy Shirley, but it's the feds. And all they need is a little bit of leeway, just a little bit of beef. And they gonna jump in there and kill you and then pretend like it was the other person. Because you can't make me believe that these two grown-ass, rich-ass niggas gave a shit about trying to go kill each other.
All right, let me say this. All right, this goes back to the genius and great brother Memphis Jelks comment about who's here to be hired. You dig what I'm saying? So whoever the power is, whether it be the feds, whether it be the record company, whoever the power is a evil genius. This evil genius puts its money and dollars behind who they want to push. Right. They put their money behind who they want us to idolize, what image they want us. And it don't just go to hip hop, but hip hop is the most influential music and genre in the world. So they are putting their efforts behind hip hop.
And that's what
you have the reality.
You gotta look at these distribution companies because sometimes these men are worth more dead than alive.
They also put their money in prisons.
Right.
So while they're giving you your leaders, what did J. Edgar Hoover say? They'll never have another leader again unless we give them to them.
Right.
So they giving us who they want us to follow, which is like basically like it's a high school to prison pipeline. Right. They want you to come fresh out of high school and go straight into the prison. So the label, not only do they own the artists and the radio stations and the media, but they also own private prisons. Right. So yeah, it pays
Right.
for them to do what they're doing, and it's just
right.
it's all just a circle.
And even in the reality TV show Love and Hip Hop, those reality TV shows have nothing to do with hip hop. However, they're gonna put their name
and
in there.
And even hip hop artists, like I ain't seen none of them girls rap except
right.
Cardi B.
All it is, they put money behind them because that's what they want our girls to be like.
TV show. Well, not a TV show. Some I seen her on. I mean, that's a TV show. She got a store. A few of them got stores. I've seen one in a movie. Real cute, the little cute one in a movie, and she did a cute little job. But I ain't seen none of them hip hop. Who's the hip hop in the Love and the hip hop?
They just put the name hip hop in it.
I've always said there's no
hip hop
in the show. I've always said there's no hip hop in the show.
Yeah, Stevie J is hip hop. He's the producer.
He R&B too. So, but you know, because he's black, they label him as hip hop. He all types of music.
There we go.
We're screwed, y'all. It's chess, and they got us in checkmate like a mug, and we don't even make so bad. A lot of us don't even know that we in checkmate. We still trying to play the game. It's been over.
There's no game.
It's been over.
We lost. So
yeah, we lost.
Yeah. And there's no
we ain't lost yet, man. We ain't lost yet.
We ain't lost, man.
We ain't lost yet. Why? Because we're still alive.
We're not. We haven't lost, but we're lost. We're lost in the as far as in the sense of like in a mental state of mind. We're exactly. Well, some are.
Thank you.
If I may say one last thing, and I'm gonna be quiet for the rest of the day, right? So the thing that we lack is order. We lack order. Now, in being in order, we have a lot of freedoms, and everybody wants freedom to do their own thing. Everybody want to be free and do this and that and the other. But this is the truth. Any winning organization who wins the championship has a discipline, has an order. Until we decide to buy in, sacrifice, and get in order, our organization would not win the championship. There's no championship team that is out of order. But if everybody want their own freedom, I want to do what I want to do. Until everybody has to understand they got to sacrifice to be on the team. Everybody can't do their own thing. Everybody got to have a role. Until we get in order, our team cannot win the championship.
And the only way that we can get in order is if we can offer them something. If we can offer our youth something, like we can't even we're not in a position to tell our youth, don't sell drugs, don't shoot each other. You can come over here and I'll hire you. Yeah, I'll hire you at my Fortune 500 company. I'll give you a job at my Fortune 500 company. So we're not in a position to give them an alternative until we own something and we're able to give our upcoming youth and something more than like a $10 job at McDonald's or something. They're not listening to us. They're not going to listen to us because they're going to be like, y'all can't even put me in position. Like, how am I listening to y'all and y'all can't even put me in position? So I'm just going to take my position.
Let me counter that a little bit, right? So when we're offering things, though, a lot of those things are physical things we can see, right? Now, the championship team understands it is 10% physical and 90% mental. So our thing is not necessarily tangible to look at, taste, or feel or receive. It's in the mind. It's a mental thing.
Let's talk about what's going on right now. I can't go anywhere without hearing some entrepreneurs saying Black people don't want to work. Since the whole pandemic, we've all been at home and realized, no, we don't want to work at Popeyes.
Why not?
We can
exactly.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why would I want to go work at Popeyes when I can stay home? I realized when you force me to stay home that I can make money staying home just as much as I can make at your $4 an hour Popeyes.
Yep.
Everybody like Popeyes. I love Popeyes. Popeyes is Black owned. So let me not use Popeyes.
So what about the people who are sitting and not working? So
let's talk about McDonald's.
If you can make money, then you're not really in the not working. If you working at home and you making money, so you're not in the conversation of those people not want to work. There's people who are not working.
No, yes, you are. Because prior to you staying home and making money, you was out at McDonald's and Wendy's working, thinking that was the answer.
So
for $5 an hour.
So
everybody's back to work.
So are those people you referring to who are speaking, saying these people don't want to work? They're talking about people who not working actually, right? As opposed to people who are at home making money. Those not the same people.
They're throwing them all in. They don't know that the reason we ain't going to your bullshit ass jobs no more is because we are now self-sufficient. You forced us to self-sufficiency.
Is that the majority?
How you gonna get your Popeyes? Ain't nobody working there. How
you gotta pay Popeyes more money. You gotta pay Popeyes just had a damn sandwich that the whole damn world stood in lines around the damn corner to eat.
But I don't think the people talking about.
I bet you paid Meg.
I don't think the people.
You paid Meg.
I don't think the people that the people are talking about not working are the ones who's making money. I think talking about people who actually not working.
I don't know who they talking about. They talking about us. They talking about niggas don't want to work no more. Right, we've been working for y'all for 500 years.
Yeah, we've been working for 500 years. What they expect?
You referring to the people who not working.
And everywhere I go, they like, they don't say y'all because a bitch want to work. Y'all, please hire me. I'm rectac. But what I'm saying is I can't go anywhere like Roscoe's. I went to Sco's. It's right around the corner. And the manager was like, I can't get nobody to come in and work. It's empty. We got patrons, but I can't get help. And I'm like, well, how much you paying these niggas? Is you paying $12 an hour? Ain't nobody trying to come sell no damn chicken for $12 an hour. Niggas want to be the ones to take their girl and their kids to the chicken, out to dinner, and eat some chicken. They tired of being in the back cooking the damn chicken.
Niggas want to own the chicken place and say, come on, baby, I'm gonna take you to my chicken company that I own. We want to own some stuff.
Parduki.
Who gonna cook it? Yeah, who gonna cook it?
I don't mind cooking it if you what? Motherfuckers gotta eat. Why don't people
make NFL money? They can make NFL salary.
Why do NFL get paid more than Popeye's chicken people?
Say it again.
Because they sell more than Popeye's chicken people.
Right. Bullshit. You ain't gonna tell me them people that own Popeyes ain't making as much as the NFL. You ain't gonna tell me that.
Okay.
Collectively, as a business, they are.
Yeah.
If you put a Popeyes franchise next to Tom Brady, who's gonna make 90 million, he gonna make 90 million in 2 years. Like Popeyes got to split their millions up between 200 people, more than that, thousands of people.
And so does the NFL.
No, Tom Brady makes his 90 million to himself in 2 years, and he goes home with it.
Okay, and your point is Tom Brady made 90 million.
I can't say what I
to the community.
You said the NFL versus Popeyes. Popeyes is gonna sell a 2-piece and a biscuit.
Right.
Tom Brady gonna sell $20,200 jerseys. That's the difference.
But you don't understand how is that different? You get 5,000 all around the world, people buying 2 pieces. Not just where Tom Brady lived. People buying 2 pieces. I buy 2 pieces all around the world. You ain't gonna tell me that that money collectively can't afford to pay your employees and your cooks more money. More people go to Popeyes than they go to the Yard House.
I agree.
But the Yard House paying they cooks, they paying they chefs. But y'all can't pay McDonald's, y'all can't pay the teachers. What's the excuse for not paying the people raising our children with us?
I ain't never been on board with them not paying the teachers enough. That's huge.
But you can pay Tom Brady to run it with a fucking ball.
They pay Tom
Brady. He make you that money. Tom Brady gonna make you that money.
And I'm not begrudging you, Tom. I enjoy your ball running. You hold the ball. I love the way you hold your ball.
It's like LeBron. They don't pay LeBron. They don't pay LeBron to play basketball. I mean, they do.
But LeBron is also, he brings money into Cleveland. You know, it's also a way because he brings money.
That's why he gets paid more than your average worker at a restaurant, because your average worker at a restaurant is not who's bringing you the money. Your restaurant is bringing you the money. People don't come to Popeyes because I work there. They come to Popeyes because it's Popeyes. They
come to Popeyes because they're hungry.
But because it's Popeyes, the name Popeyes brings the people.
Right, Popeye worked there.
Yeah, so and olive oil and all them.
So that's why they come.
Yeah, but they don't care. They came for Popeyes.
When you're looking at both conglomerates, we've got the Tom Brady who plays for the whatevers, and then when we've got Popeyes, we've got the Meg the Stallions. So each one has a spokesface. Before Meg, it was Beyonce. Beyonce supposedly, the street said, got a lifetime supply of Popeyes. I don't know Popeyes like Houston. I like them too, so let's give them all that. Yeah. So my point is, why are the jobs that are allocated to Black people giving us $5 an hour or minimum wage, but the jobs that are given to white folk are enabling them to take care of their families? Can't nobody take care of no family working at McDonald's, even if you're the manager. But these are the only jobs that we're getting. So we go home and realize, if I make 10 masks a week and sell them all at $10, by the end of the month, I need, whatever your new hustle is, you've realized that you can make more money doing your side piece hustle than you can at Popeyes.
But
9 to 5.
But I think we're talking about two different people. I thought we were talking about people who not working. So
that's why they're not working. Right, but they're not working for you.
What about the people who not working for anybody, not themselves or anybody? Those are the people we're talking about, right? Am I wrong?
No, I'm talking about the people that found a new way versus your way, their way.
But they working, so they not part of the people that's not working.
They're not working for them. That's my point. These establishments are thinking that we just don't want to work. I've heard many establishments say, and I've heard the news, nobody is going back to work. Nobody wants to work. Black people ain't working. We are working. We're just not working for you anymore. We created, you gave us, it's like when you dating a girl and you just think you love her so much. And she says, fuck you, get out. And you get out. And when you get out, you realize, oh shit, it's way many more girls than that bitch. And they cute. And she wondering why you ain't coming back. And you like, bitch, you shouldn't have let me get out to realize that I didn't want to be in. And that is the point I'm making with us right now. They are giving
what we're talking about now is, I think we're talking about the guy that you broke up with and he hitting you up because he wants some. And you like, you don't want to come back. You don't want none. He like, but I do. Cause the guy that's out here dating other women ain't hitting you up for none. He's not the one that's hitting you up saying, "Hey, I need some money." The people that ain't working are the one that's saying, "Hey, we need some money," and they like, "No, you don't want to work." Cause the people that's working ain't saying, "Hey, give us some money." They saying, "Hey, leave me the fuck alone. I'm not coming back to your job."
Right.
Like, so I think the people that are being referred to as not working is the one that's trying to come back and get a little piece, and you like, no. You don't want to do what it takes to get a piece.
No,
like,
the people, if they want to come back and get a little piece, Popeyes would say, please get a 6-piece. Come back. We need you. There's nobody in the line.
They don't want to come back in the relationship. They just want you to get them some. They don't want to come back to work. They just want some money.
No, I'm talking about the dude. I'm talking about the dude that realizes I don't have to take her shit. Cause
exactly.
Let me get out.
That's the one that don't care.
And
that's the one that don't care if you get him some.
But he thought he cared. He thought he cared until you gave him an opportunity to realize that he doesn't.
Yeah. So now he like
fuck you.
Yeah, he like, yeah, I'll come back over there. I'll come back over there and get
but
some.
But you're gonna have to break me off some booty. Okay. Yeah, you gotta do more.
You gotta do more than you used to now. That's what they telling Popeyes. Like, I'll come back if you're gonna do some more. But if not, I'm cool over here. But then it's the guy out there that ain't getting nothing. He ain't got nothing going on. He like, hey man.
Oh, he gonna go to Popeyes and get what they give. But I think the pandemic was a phenomenal thing to happen to Black people because it did force us to figure out other ways of getting that damn rent paid.
Yeah.
You know? Beyond. Yeah. And I think being able to just walk in Popeyes and get a job with no background check or whatever Popeyes or McDonald's, whatever their thing is to give people jobs was making us lazy. Kind of like how I believe in certain instances, you guys know I'm a conservative. That's how we started the show. I do believe that in certain instances, welfare is discrediting and destroying our community because it only applies to me if it's a single woman. I don't know why she's single with 6 kids by 6 different baby daddies. To me, it should have started a long time ago, curbing her issues. But they use welfare as a crutch. But it's okay because you're a single woman and you need some help because ain't nobody going to sit here and take care of them damn 6 babies kids but you. So you need some help. In those situations, I get it. I don't agree necessarily because she should have had her tubes tied after the second one. That's just, if y'all want to talk about birth control, y'all need to talk about tube tying. I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that's more invasive. But my point is, quit giving us handouts. When we stopped getting handouts and we were forced to figure it out on our own, we raised a whole new community of entrepreneurs. I'm seeing all kinds of commercials. You've got your new business since the pandemic. Come get a little loan from us. So quit complaining unless y'all want to come up off some more money and make this world fair. It's not fair that Tom Brady gets $1 billion to play with his balls and somebody else that is teaching your kids and feeding your fat faces is making nothing.
I can't.
And it's all white against Black.
Now, I mean, Tom Brady, he makes that money for them to he gonna make that money back.
He makes them that money and they pay him out of it.
I understand. It ain't Tom Brady.
But listen, even if
chosen one. It ain't him. When he goes off and retires, it'll be a new one.
Listen. I used to hate Tom Brady. They didn't choose him. Tom Brady cold, man.
Who chose his ass? Because I guarantee you, it's some colder white boys out there throwing balls than Tom Brady. Brady just happened to be in the right place.
Name me one.
Parents with money.
Name one. name.
I didn't know them. That's my point.
Right, exactly.
The ones they only gonna let you meet the chosen ones. But trust and believe, one who
he earned it.
From Cleveland, Forrest, who the mixed somebody, whatever.
Make him
he gets fired, you know, because he's a little too crunk. But we didn't know he came from a billionaire family off top. So of course he don't give a fuck about your fucking rules because he's paid. All these white boys are paid. But there are black boys out there throwing balls, playing with balls, colder than Tom Brady, that ain't gonna get no opportunity because they ain't white and their parents aren't rich.
I can't agree with you on that.
So you think it ain't no black boys that can throw a ball like damn Tom Brady?
Well, I mean, it's something.
You think it ain't no black boys quarterbacking as cold as all these? So you just as wrong as all of these white people.
Let me answer your question. Your question is there any black guy, Hispanic guy, Asian guy, other white guy colder than Tom Brady? The answer is no. And it's not because they don't have the same throwing mechanics or throw the same ball, but Tom Brady,
they don't have the same opportunity.
I disagree.
There's so many black quarterbacks.
I can't agree with you.
Great.
Where?
I can't agree with you.
Where?
In the NFL.
Where?
In the NFL.
On a whole, if we're honest with ourselves, there are not.
Let's be honest.
Get the opportunities.
Let's be honest. I cannot.
Did y'all see Kaepernick's Netflix special?
Right.
That shows you it's hard to become a quarterback if you're black.
Listen, I am a black quarterback. I play quarterback. I am a black quarterback. Right.
And what happened?
Now, I'm not good or better than some people.
But you were good enough to have gotten your brother. As far as I came with my reverb.
We're talking about quarterback. He didn't play quarterback.
You were good enough to have gotten a scholarship, and you did.
I did get a scholarship. I got a 4-year scholarship.
Well, you were good enough then to go pro.
I came out the same year as Tom Brady. No, I'm not as good as Tom Brady.
But you're good enough to play at least minor leagues.
That's voluntary. That's you can go play everybody go play minor league. People who didn't play college ball.
So what you're saying is Tom Brady genuinely deserves the opportunity because he's cold.
Tom Brady afforded the opportunity for himself. He wasn't a first round pick. He wasn't the starter. He earned his way. I just say that to say you can't. Some people you can't just be given 7 Super Bowls. You got to be a different dude. You got to be
I just can't believe it. I can't believe that Tom Brady is colder than you.
Ooh.
If you were given the same opportunities,
I wasn't given the same opportunity. I was given the same. I was given the same opportunity.
No, you weren't.
I played. You're like, what am I talking about? How do I know? I don't know anything. You're right.
Yo, hey.
Mr. Harris is on my. You know, Mr. Harris is on my altar. So I know you played Little League for your dad, and that's the reason why you got a scholarship, and your brother won too.
This is the reason why I got a scholarship. This is the reason why most folks have a scholarship. When you go to high school, if your ACT and you got your GPA, you can get a scholarship. If you play sports, you play football, if you come to Whitehaven High School, the great Whitehaven High, whether you start or not, if you got grades in the ACT,
you know what? You can say what you want to say, but I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel. And
I do want to.
Tom Brady better than every person ever in the world. Ain't no Tom Brady better than no black person that can throw a ball. I don't care what you say.
Agree with you. Right, I know. I understand.
I don't care what you say. It is a black man out there who can throw a ball like Tom Brady.
There's plenty of people who can throw like Tom Brady. But the quarterback is bigger than just throwing. I go ahead, Memphis Jelks.
You know what?
I was just going like, what's the name of that black dude who owned that NFL team?
Jay-Z?
That I know of. Black dude? Or I don't know.
Yeah, my case is closed. I rest my case.
And that was my point. The only reason one is playing right now is because his father is the coach.
I'm saying
the only reason why you got those opportunities and why your brother ended up at Miami playing with The Rock.
What about Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Michael Vick?
Exactly.
Donovan McNabb, Steve McNabb,
Warren Moon.
These are all black quarterbacks.
No, we can throw a damn ball.
I'm saying those are all black quarterbacks I just named.
That's how I know we can throw a damn ball. Russell throwing a damn ball with a hurt finger.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
Finger is broke.
Miss Parker, let me say this.
I'm just playing, y'all.
Let me say this. To respect the quarterback position, it's not just about throwing. It's way bigger than throwing. Let me just say that. So several people who can throw the ball like Tom Brady. They can't do what Tom Brady. They can't do what Tom Brady do.
Oh, enough respect to Tom Brady. Brady. I don't give a shit about Tom Brady. If he walked up in a lineup, I wouldn't be able to say that's him right there. I don't know nothing about no Tom Brady. I'm telling you, I don't even know who he played for. I don't know y'all, baby. I don't know y'all. But what I do know is Donovan McNabb.
Right. Yeah.
And what I do know is Colin Kaepernick.
Right. Donovan McNabb and Colin both made millions because they sold jerseys and they put butts in the seats. That's why they get them salaries.
Maybe Tom Brady. Go ahead, baby. That's why what?
That's why they get them salaries. What started this conversation was the employees versus the athletes. The athletes are not getting paid for what they do. They get paid for the money they bring in. It's not because they so good. It's because I know if I put you on my team, like LeBron got $90 million from Nike before he ever played a game because they knew people was gonna buy LeBron's shoes. They didn't even know what it's called.
LeBron. So what I'm saying.
Why don't they put their money like
boy out there that can play like LeBron? And there is. There's an Asian one, a Russian one, every single color, African one, the Kimbe. It's somebody for everybody. So act like it.
And they sell a bunch of shoes. They ain't getting no Nike deal. It's over with.
Okay, let's bring it back.
Hold on. One thing though, y'all. Like as much money as all of these athletes, as all of our athletes are making and stuff, why don't they put their money together and try to create their own league to where they own the teams and they make the shoes? Like, why don't they start a shoe company where they make their own shoes and sell them and then hire other,
He's gonna answer it for you. Answer it, Jason. I gotta remind us of when we had our own teams, the Negro League.
We used to have them, the Negro League. Yeah.
While we allowed them to push us out the game because we didn't want to play for us no more.
Right.
He was making more money playing for us, but we preferred to play for them because.
Why? That's what I'm saying. Yep. So I think So go ahead and speak to that.
I gotta
speak
ask
to that, Jason.
All right, now I don't necessarily have an answer. I have a drawback to the thing, right? So you say why we don't put our money because we don't believe in. Well, we have yet to see the vision of the order of the organization as it comes to sacrifice and things. They're not willing to sacrifice certain things. Not saying willing. I'm not gonna say willing.
Can survive alone.
Right. I'm not gonna say willing. It's just that we don't have a mindset to buy in to do that.
And we also haven't been shown. We haven't been shown that if they put their money together and make a league, we gonna go out and support it.
Ain't nobody giving us the game.
Yeah,
that's like Ice Cube did the Big Three.
Yeah, he still got the Big Three.
He still has it, but it should be packed every time.
Yep.
But I don't know.
Pandemic here.
We don't support each other.
And we're only 13%. We're only 13% of the population too. Right. The rest is other races. So we're a small percentage too.
Right. But even though we're a small percentage, our movies are doing better in the box office. Our songs are doing better than theirs. All of our art is superseding.
Now they go back to our music. Our music, which is hip hop, the most influential. The reason their music is number one is because they put money behind folks talking about BS. So that's definitely gonna sell the most.
Right.
And it's more, and it's more like, and it's more of them too. It's more of them too.
Ultimately, they get the money from our endeavor because they own the major studios. I just bought Disney Plus. I bought Disney Plus strictly because your trailer came out for the Proud Family. All the Marvel movies on Disney Plus, I never bought.
I'm not in them.
That's what I'm saying. But I didn't buy Disney Plus until I got ready to buy it for the Proud Family. So you know what I'm saying? I bought the Marvel movies on DVD. I wasn't finna buy Disney Plus monthly because I didn't care about it. But my daughter
do.
My daughter gonna watch it.
It stands to reason. If they build it, we will come.
Is it enough of us? Is it enough of us to sustain it though? Is it enough of us to sustain?
They don't want to have no ownership. They want us to be there, but they don't want us to have no claim on none of the money.
Thank you.
Like Marvel Studios made Black Panther. Black Panther sold billions. The money went back to Marvel Studios though. The black actors got paid, but the overhead, all the real money went back to Marvel Studios. So
it didn't even go. I know it isn't. Marvel is different from that guy. Really, Jason. Why is Bob Johnson to blame, Jay?
Bob Johnson.
Why is it Bob Johnson
to blame? You know how much
you ain't gonna blame Bob Johnson.
You know how much further we'd be if BT stayed the way it was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Bob Johnson is to blame.
That was a marriage thing. I think they had some marriage issues, and they ended up.
He should have been more persuasive in his marriage, and we'd be all in better shape.
It should have been more. And some of the issues keep the business running. Like Suge and that lady that were married to each other. They had marital issues, but I bet you they ain't closed down Death Row.
Right. Bob Johnson, man.
Watch the Boondocks episode, BET episode. You're gonna die laughing. The Boondocks episode on BET. You're gonna die laughing.
So we've come to the conclusion, y'all? Because it's time to go. And I don't think we've solved anything.
We never were gonna solve anything. We just wanted to talk about it because it hurt. We weren't gonna solve nothing tonight.
Okay, well, I just came on because you asked me, and I knew you wanted to talk about it. And I know if you needed to talk about it, Memphis needs to talk about it. And if Memphis needed to talk about it, I'm here for you. We love y'all. Jelks, I'm so thankful that you came on and came through. You got beautiful eyes. One is hazel, one is blue. They call that something. It's called something when you have two different color eyes.
It is, and it's a long word.
Yeah, it's a long word, isn't it?
Look it up. It's a long word.
They call it a defect.
Jason, why are you hating?
It's a joke. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm sorry, brother.
What did you say? It's terrible. Would anyone like a final word? Jerry Springer style.
Go ahead.
Let's take turns.
Jason, you can go first.
Jay, you go first. Let's take turns. Like, tell everybody where they can find you, like follow you and stuff.
Thank you, Jelks.
There you go, right there. That's Memphis Jelks, y'all on the screen. I'm
Jay
DaSkreet.
So how does the Cosby dance go? I was doing it good last time. How does it go?
Yeah. It's like we from Memphis, so he be juking a little bit. He be juking. It's in the video. I got it on YouTube. If you check out the video on YouTube, you'll see him doing it on there.
You're not gonna do it for me?
He wants y'all to see. He wants y'all to see Bill do it.
Yeah, I want y'all to see Bill do it. Yeah.
Okay, Bill's doing it on the video. Okay, so check out Bill Cosby doing the Memphis Juk on the Cosby dance video released by Memphis Jelks. Jelks, anything you want to tell us as a wrap up about your town and oh yes, Memphis Jelks has a podcast coming out, which I'm assuming I will be invited on Jelks.
Definitely. I mean, you're gonna be one of the first. You're gonna be one of the first people that I call. Definitely. Thank you. I just want to say my last words are just thank you for having me on the show. I'm a fan. It's been an honor. The other guys, y'all been a good panel. I done learned some stuff. I done invented, you know. I needed that too because we lost a brother today. We lost a real brother today. His name Adolph Robert Thornton Jr. And you know, we the world know him as Young Dolph. So that's the main thing. We just want to pray for him and pray for his family and pray for his friends and his associates and anybody who followed him and loved his music the way that we did. That's it. MemphisJelks.com. Please subscribe to MemphisJelks.com. That's it. Yeah.
Most definitely.
That was beautiful. You caught me up real quick. I had to. Jason.
I mean, I know with what he just said to piggyback off of. We lost a brother. We lost a MC, husband, father, all of the above, philanthropist. And I would say to everybody that's gonna see this and that has seen this, man, love on your people, man. Love on your people while you can put your hands on them. And if you got anybody that listens to your influence and the sound of your voice, don't tell them anything that'll cause them to go harm themselves or anybody else. It's a lot of people that we influence out here. So, you know, it's a lot of power in the words. Watch what you say to people. One time for Dolph, I wore my drip tonight. You know what I'm saying? Water on water on water.
What's that?
That's one of Dolph's songs, you know what I'm saying? So water is the jury. So he got a song that's like, I woke up today, water on water on water. So I broke a couple of my chains out. You know what I'm saying? Broke my my designer drip out because you know that's what Dolph would have did. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But yeah. Most definitely. That's all I had to say. We're gonna get the haters to say something.
My name is Jason the Hater, and on behalf of the great organization Paula, People Against Unnecessary Lashes, I would like to leave the world with a few...
Wait a minute, unnecessary what?
In honor of the organization Paula, People Against Unnecessary Lashes, I would like to leave a few words.
What kind of lashes? Are you
unnecessary lashes? Unnecessary. People Against Unnecessary Lashes.
Are you talking about my eyelashes?
He's not talking about your eyelashes. He's talking about eyelashes.
Because I know they long. They looking a little spider-ash.
He has a whole organization.
But you don't have to be mean about it, Jason.
He got a whole group of them. That's a real organization. They a real organization.
It's okay. I'm gonna throw them away when I'm done. It's not like they super glued on my eyeballs. And you ain't have to name it after me.
Even better. I would like to leave a few words of encouragement. First, I would like to say, what do you call it when a beautician gives a lady Tic Tacs in place of weave and lashes? Enhancements. I would like for everybody in the world to live in positive representation. I also would like to say rest in peace to Dolph. Also, I would also like to say, I would like to leave.
You ain't gonna come for my lashes. I'm still fine. Nah.
I also would like to leave everybody and encourage everybody to rap. That means to be respectful, responsible, appreciative, positive, and always be patient.
No
matter what,
I should have left my shoes on because I looked way more cuter with them on. Fucking around with hater.
Us people at Paul want everybody to see things without distractions, and we want everybody to be aware so we all can see clearly. So maybe one day we can be free of lash. Thank God Almighty, we'll be free of lash.
You know what? You guys, I love you all. Please support Proud Family. We'll be out in February. I really don't know the exact date, but I am going to post it. Follow me on all my social platforms. Paula J. Parker on some stuff, and then PJAI Parker on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And we'll be back the week after next. And, you know, I was going to come on today and we were going to give the top 10 ways to help Kanye get Kim back. To help Ye get Kim back. You know, so we're going to save that for after Thanksgiving. Hopefully they'll spend the holidays together. Excuse me, guys.
He got to let his hair grow back first.
That's your number one. He's got to fill in patches.
Yeah, he got to grow that.
You know, I saw on one of their episodes that Courtney goes and gets shots in her bald spots. So that's not a problem over there. They know how to deal with bald spots. They go get like shots, some kind of vitamin shots in their scalp to grow the hair back. So they're not worried about the patches. So you guys think of your help, because our brother, y'all saw Ye. He was looking real like he missed Kim. And she's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And he let that comedian guy get on up in there. But I'm not worried about that comedian guy because everybody throw him to the curb.
Well, him and Drake back cool. He might can get Drake to sing to her or something and get her back.
He's got to stop being so insecure and thinking that light-skinned niggas got it easy. Tell him, Jelks, it ain't easy, is it?
I don't know now.
Really, Jelks?
No, I'm just kidding. No, it ain't easy for none of us. It ain't easy for brothers. Right now.
Yeah. First of all, if you worried about Drake and some damn DMing, he ain't had a text number, boo-boo. I could see if he'd have called her, texted her, called a cell phone. But this nigga calling her on the damn this thing, the Twitters, the DMs. Boo-boo, don't worry about that. That is him being the DMs. I could see if it even been an email that she had to give him something that he had to write down, or she had to put it. All he had to do was look her up on the damn machine with the little spyglass symbol, put her name in there, follow her. She gonna follow him back. That's DMing. That ain't no love. That's just whole cake. That's just trying his hand. Come on now, nigga. Who wouldn't try to hand at Kim? Kim bad.
Kim probably get 1 million DMs a day.
Thank you.
But ain't none of them Drake though. Kanye
and that's my who cares about Drake? Why? Because he light-skinned it?
No, because he's Drake.
Yeah, he's Drake. Yeah. He got that Memphis in him. Drake got that Memphis in him.
I get that. He cold. But come on, is it enough to act a fool in front of America? Because this nigga got some DM in your woman damn thing.
If they was all broke, if they was all broke and this was another man DMing his woman, he would have went just as dumb. It just so happened.
But I heard a billion times. He's not broke. He told us 1 billion times. He's not broke. So why are you worried about the next nigga in your woman's DM? That makes us look at you like you you really don't know me, do you? Because you are saying to me that I'm a hoe, that I have no self-control. Every light-skinned nigga I see from Toronto, I'm just gonna wrap my legs around his head. I don't think so. When y'all accuse us, it's like you're saying we're whores, or we're like you guys, dogs who'll just cock a leg for any random, you know.
Wait a minute, man.
But we're not like that, though. We won't.
Hey, well, neither are we.
We're perceived to be that way, but we don't.
The
The
comedian DM'd us
up in Cam's face unless you got something real. Because if you got a DM and that's your proof, that's some bullshit, boo boo. You need to realize who she coming home to every night, and it ain't Drake. Because Drake would have had the cell phone number.
Well, the comedian DM'd her, and she been spending all the comedian dude she hanging out with.
That was after hubby acted the jam. After hubby,
she was spending all her Saturday nights live.
He's a little boy. That's fun time. That is, I need a break from Ye's deep ass. I'm so tired of having to use my brain just to have a fucking conversation. Can we just cuddle? Can we just cuddle? Do we have to have a fucking PhD? So tune in and we gonna help our boy Ye get Kim back. Cause I can't stand to see him looking all sad like that. And I got you know your sis got you, Ye. You know I got you.
We might have to help.
To the I got you. And just for you, I will wear Jason some normal length eyelashes.
Oh, Paul, appreciate you.
Paul,
don't act like that ain't cute. So hopefully we don't have to help Jada get Will back. Will ain't going nowhere. Will ain't
going nowhere.
You ain't gonna find no more Jadas. Ain't no more Jadas out there. Will ain't going.
Jada mama so fine.
the hater want Jada mom.
He got 3 generations of beauty. She ain't going nowhere neither is he. They fit. We go together like bama lama 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 dingity ding da bong. And the beauty of Will and Jada is whatever they got going on together. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, go off and leave Kim and the kids like he like he Jesus. He really think he Jesus and he a damn nomad. Nigga, you a dad, not a nomad. You a dad. And you know, the beauty about them, the Pinkett Smiths, is that I see Will's horny ass at the Blackpink concert. Them little girls by 18, they bad as shit, them little Blackpinks. Will right there. At the damn, they getting off the stage and they American tour. Here go Will right at the backstage. And where Jada? Right there. Hello.
Yeah, that's real though. But Jada, sometimes Jada say stuff and then the whole world be like, Will, what's up?
Will,
she say stuff sometime and it make everybody say, come on, Will. What you gonna do?
Ain't no billionaire Big Willie. I say, like, come on, Forrest, slap her a couple times. Just come on, Forrest.
Nobody never said that.
They better not. He better not.
Jada he give Kanye her barber number.
My point is, Will and Jada get down like this.
Yeah, they are. That's a blessing.
That's the beauty of it. Jada lets Will be. Maybe Kanye needs to let that. Those are Libras. Will's a Libra. Kim's a Libra. Their favorite pastime is flirting, and it's harmless. It means nothing to them. They're Venus. They just enjoy attention, and it's not personal. So don't turn it into that because you're wrong.
Yeah. Well, the world, the world just be doing that every time I'll look see some headlines, maybe like, Will, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, what Jada? I'll be like, what Jada done said now? Like, what Jada done said now?
Oh, hater want somebody single on the show for him to mac on. Not gonna happen till you show me that you can deal with an actress's eyelashes.
Oh.
Us people at Paul are very aware of the strong ties to extensions, especially in the eye area. And understand, as in